This meeting, it must be emphasized, goes behind symbolic value. It illustrates our collective responsibility in the face of a threat that transcends national border and underdetermined peace across the Sahel and indeed the entire world. Ladies and gentlemen, since 2015, the recurring violence of the Boko Haram sect and also the so-called Islamic State in West Africa continue to claim victims and forcibly displace peaceful citizens. These security threats are compounded by the devastating effect of climate change, which following repeatedly drought have led to the significant shrinking of the Lake Chad. As a result, competition over arable land and access to water has intensified, therefore exacerbating inter-community conflict. In this context, our youth and women threatened by insecurity become the primary targets of radicalization and extreme recruitment. Every year, a significant portion of our financial resources, which should be used to fight poverty, is instead mobilized to combat violent extremists. At this point, it must be emphasized that the prevention of violent extremists is a sine qua non for development and stability in my country, Chad, not only to protect citizens, but also to restore trust between the state and community affected by the terrorism. We express our gratitude to GCERF. From 2023 to 2025, they have invested over $2 million in Chad. This fund have enabled the implementation of community projects, youth empowerment, initiative training for religious and traditional leaders, and also the strengthening of social resilience in 2 provinces in Chad. Ladies and gentlemen, while recognizing the effort of this fund in serving my country, I urge donors to increase and coordinate their support for the successful implementation of our ongoing project and to take appropriate measures for follow-up and consolidation action that will ensure progress and sustainability of impact and outcome. We strongly encourage that the fund to expand its action into more exposed regions behind the Lake Chad and Tibesti in order to sustainably curb the radicalization of our youth. In this regard, we call for renewed solidarity and commitment from all to build a shared future where security, dignity, shared prosperity, education, and the social inclusion of women and youth in decision-making are the cornerstone for achieving success in disarmament, demobilization, repatriation, reintegration, and resettlement. And to demonstrate, if needed, our full engagement with you, as a state with a constantly threatened border and unstable neighborhood, Chad has often been a direct victim of extremist violence. Therefore, the protection of our citizens, the safeguard of territorial integrity, and the restoration of security are strategic priorities. However, knowing that terrorism knows no border, we reaffirm our commitment to close cooperation with our regional and international partners and our support for mechanisms such as GCERF to prevent violence and radicalization at the source. Chad, therefore, call on the international community for lasting and equitable solidarity based on our sharing of resources, expertise, and investment in human development. We remain determined and united in our shared responsibility to defeat the terrorism threat, restore peace, build a future of security and dignity for all.